This is the biggest backswing destroyer that is costing you shots. Ask yourself a question. Are you a golfer that has your driver in your hand, your irons in your hand, and you struggle hitting it off to the right, but equally sometimes it goes way off to the left? Categorically, if you start the golf swing wrong, you've got so much compensations to make coming into impact in order to hit a straight shot. I'm going to show you the biggest pitfalls and also a simple, easy, basic fix that makes all the difference. So let's put the swing into categories. The start of the swing, up to hip height, I class as the takeaway. And the rest of this, top to the top of the backswing, I class as the backswing, okay? And then the most important part for me is where we end up at the top, just here. So, common pitfall, and you're going to see this a little bit from the player cam perspective as I do this, is this opening of that club face through the backswing. Have a look at that there. When that sort of toe is back in this direction, I class that as open. Now if you come and look at my left wrist, look what's happened to my left wrist, and you know what I think? Notice the logo. Where's that pointing? Up towards the sky. Now that's the takeaway, the first part. To complete the backswing, top of the backswing, we get in this position, okay? Now have a look at that there. Really come and zoom in. This is what we're getting into today. How we get a good backswing and stop this destroyer looking like this. Now, if I just come down in my downswing now, slowly, don't do any manipulation, look how much to the right my club face is. To the point at which I'm gonna be hitting it absolutely so far out to the right with very little distance and a lot of height. Now there are some other destroyers. Let's have a look at these quickly here. That one was what I class as the most common one, but I have seen this one recently as well during lessons. This sort of twisting and closing of this face through the backswing. So almost too closed. But also, I also see this. This is a real bad pitfall. Now come closely here. Look at my club face. Look how the left wrist is cupped. But my club face, have a look at that there, my club face is pointing to the sky. Now, nice and simply, we've got sort of a contrast here of closed club face, cupped wrist. And that's what's destroying your backswing. Because, let me tell you why. Your brain's thinking your club face is open, but actually in reality, your club face is closed. So if you try really hard to stop that wrist being cupped on the way down, your club face is going to point really left. So you've got a mishmash. What we're trying to achieve at the top of the backswing, and let me show you this with driver and with an iron, is this position here. Look at that. Left wrist and club face matching. Come close to here, have a look at that. That's what we're looking to achieve. Nice and flat and matching. And have a look at the club face there as well. Now with an iron, if we have a look at the same, I've just got my 7-iron here, probably one of most of our favourite irons. Look at that now. That is what we're trying to achieve. Exactly that position, matching. From here, we can play some much better golf. I've been working on this brand new fix. Now, I'm going to use an alignment stick here because this is going to give us like the flat edge, which could be the club face. It also could be the club shaft. And have a look at this here. All I'm going to do is place it between my palms. So we said in the golf swing, we've got two phases, haven't we? The takeaway, the backswing, and then at the end of that backswing, the top of the backswing. So we've got start and the finish to that. So what we're looking for is this on the screen right now. Have a look at this slow-mo. You can see that I get to the top of the backswing, the left wrist and the club face is matching. The two that we're trying to avoid is the cupped and closed, this one right here, and finally the massively cupped and open club face. So essentially things that don't match. Open and closed, these things are very, very hard to control. Simple, it's all we need to know really, isn't it? So, nice and simple, we've got our hands and our palms together just like that. That's all we're trying to do. And just get it out in front of you. What I want you to learn is this first phase, the wrists don't really do much. We just turn this triangle and having these palms together really gives you that feeling of moving that upper half as a unit. So we're gonna go 1, top of the backswing. Now look at this. This is what we're trying to achieve. This position. Nice and flat, okay? Not here, not here. And the great thing is we haven't manipulated the club face. we're looking for this action. So again, I really, really love this drill because it gives you a feeling of the wrists not doing too much, not overcompensating, not getting involved when they don't need to. Really nice, simple. So just make me a few reps. Maybe just go 1, 2, 3, and then build to the top. This is exactly what we're trying to achieve. Now, it is hard, I'm not going to lie to you. It feels like I've got tension in my swing because it's something that I need to work on too. But look at that wrist position. Not here, not here, boom. Exactly where we need it to be. So start off just with this sort of practice swing of, again, I said at the start, don't make the wrist do too much. Don't get them involved. So here, 1, 2, maybe even pause it at the top, hit away. And when you start to get a little bit more confident, then move into your driver and do exactly the same thing. But remember, the feeling of the wrists not doing much to start is going to give you that ability to get to here at the top of the backswing. So there we go, a nice simple fix. This is the top backswing destroyer. Worse your backswing is, the more compensations you've got to make sure you get it right.